All right, folks. Today we're talking about the old Pokemon. Poke your mom. Obviously, if you've been living under a rock in the Scarlet Violet era, we are back to normal Pokemon market conditions. And I'll be honest with you, I love it. I absolutely love it. I've been waiting years for the market to just be normal. And now, what do I mean by that? That means the new Obsidian Flames is coming out, booster boxes, ETBs, blah blah blah. And guess what? Online, you can't flip them, double your money. You can't 10x your money. You can't flip your way to a private jet and then have a Lambo and a Rari in the background of every color, and you just think buy my CD. I got hot chick, you don't. No. That's over with. We finally are in an era where the new Pokemon block, there's plenty of supply, prices are weak, investors, collectors, stores. There's no money in it. There's no money in Pokemon anymore. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. We are in a situation now. We have the new Pokemon set coming out. Online prices are averaging like what, 110 plus tax or something. I'm sure there's people going to be on private websites, I think, even selling at a loss. Remember, two distributors charge $100 wholesale for a Pokemon box, like $99 plus credit card fee, 2% handling fee of $8 an order. There's no money in this. So what's going to be amazing is you're going to notice all the evil speculators and flippers are going to be like, oh, Pokemon's dead. And I haven't seen this since, I guess, Sun and Moon? It wasn't like this at all. Sword and Shield era, that's a whole different, that era is just unreal. And yes, I know the comments, Rudy, it's because it's the best block in the history of Pokemon. I know, I've seen it all. But here we are, folks. Obsidian Flames getting ready to come out. Okay? And I was able to finally increase my allocation because stores were not taking their Pokemon boxes. So I finally got over 1,000 booster boxes of, or 1,500 booster boxes of Obsidian Flames at release. That's the most I've had at release, and probably since pre-Sword and Shield era. Usually it's waves or problems, which means also the product's not going to sell well. Patrons are going to be like, I'm not buying that. I'm going to wait for it to go to $49. Me and my mustache. Ugh. And I may actually be able to return to a time where I actually have Pokemon listed on like the patron monthly thing instead of just selling it once a month and running out. We are to a point where, I did, by the way, I haven't announced it publicly yet, but I did go through with the deal, and I bought stupidly heavy bags amounts of Pokemon, Scarlet Violet base, Mr. P evolved, and now Obsidian. I'm all in, baby. I literally want to see it all. I'm already committed, and I want to see the price do nothing, and I want to see everyone just dump their product right now. That's all you're seeing. Everyone just dump your Pokemon boxes at like $1 profit. Just flush the market. And it's been a long time. And I know we have memes and jokes, but it's been so long, folks. I'm like I'm looking at TCG Player, and I'm seeing okay, even with shipping and tax, even if you're out the door for 110 to 120 or whatever, and I'm sure even someone in the comment, oh, Rudy, I can get it for 104 with shipping and tax, and then knock yourself out, because that's how it should be. These prices, stores should be able to make, I guess, no money, right? Because making money is evil. That's what we all said. So the fact that we are back to the situation where Pokemon is dead and overprinted, the market is back to where it should be. Stores aren't allowed to make money. Customers are supposed to be angry that it's so cheap, and I found it somewhere else in this tiny store underneath a mountain, and it's $1 cheaper than you, and get angry and F off. We're back to the way it should be. And what does that mean moving forward? What that means is the same thing it meant with every other era of Pokemon. And that is, most people are not going to really buy into it. They're going to be negative. They're going to hear the new sets aren't as good. The pull rates are too high. There's no value. It doesn't have a Charizard. There's no Zard. Let's see here. It's all going to go to 0. Rudy's hair indicator is showing that we're in a bear market. I don't know why the repairman keeps showing up when I go to work. And I'm giving up on Pokemon. I'm all in on sorcery, right? Right? Is that what's it? Let's see. Pokemon's going to 0. Metazoo is -0. And Magic is at 0.1, right? That's where we're at. And again, we've talked about, we are coming off a boom and bust bubble of 2020, 2021 that is not going to be repeated. It was overstimulated, bad government policies, bad LGS policies. LGS is all over the country, took PPP loans and of millions upon millions of dollars, and they didn't have to pay them back. They were all forgiven. You can look at the public database, type in any big store you want, and millions of dollars went into the market. Gravy train's over. That money's spent. As with most idiots, when they come into a lot of money, they think it doesn't end. They blow through it. Everything's back to normal. So as we get ready to launch this Pokemon set here going into the weekend, I'm really excited about it. It's the first time I've even been able to offer patrons like sealed cases of Pokemon booster boxes. And it's been like 8 set releases since I've even been able to do that. So many times patrons are like, Rudy, can we just buy like a sealed case? And the demand is so high, and I've only got, let's say, 800 boxes or something, I have to sell them for like 2 packs or 3 packs. And I finally have a higher quantity I can sell by sealed cases. Not as many people are going to buy because they're going to look online and say, oh, Rudy's ripping me off. He wants did he want how much? 109 a box with shipping and everything? He wants what? 149? That's only $3 off the market. I can't make money. I can't be Mr. Flipper. So a lot of the demand will go down. The supply has gone up. It's finally back to the way it was for the last, 6 of the 8 years I've been on YouTube. And, most of you watching have not watched me or aware of how these markets were before the last 2 years. Because again, the average life cycle of someone in the collectible card world is, 6 to 18 months. Before people leave, they never come back. And then new people come in. It's always this constant, there's a turnover. Because most people don't stick with things long term. And usually people leave when they can't make money, they get burned, or they sold something online and one person was bad and they stole something from them. And because of that, their way of getting back at eBay or TCG players, I'm never doing it again. People tend to react that way. It's human nature. And it flushes people out, they leave, and they move on with their life. And I'm here to tell you all, this Scarlet Violet era, sure, it may not be as good as Sun and Moon. Yeah. May not be as good as, Sword and Shield or XY. But let me tell you all something. These Pokemon boxes, back around, these prices of 110, 115, 105, and even Mr. P Evolved at 120, and the base set at 100, it gives people an opportunity to actually buy into these things. Because it's amazing. Because when things are so expensive, 150, 200 a box, does anybody remember 2 years ago? People were going to go sit outside and wait at Target in the parking lot in the morning for the guy to restock the shelf and get in a fist fight. And there were shootouts and fights in the parking lot to grab Pokemon packs when the guy stocked them on a Friday morning. That's where we came from. And that's how bad it was. That's how distorted the market was. Because of the whole quit your job. Oh my God, you have a real job? You're like a plumber? What are you, an AC tech? You're an electrician? You're like a car technician or mechanic? What a loser. Oh my God, you have a real career and you do good things for society and you actually contribute? Bro. Influencer. Shake your goodies. OnlyFans. Bathwater. Toe pictures. Feet pictures. Rudy's hairy arm pictures. Anyway, that's how distorted the world became. And as we continue to go back to normal, which feels like a hangover and it feels bad, Pokemon's finally where it should be. And that is, stores are back to not being allowed to make money. People are angry, there's no money to be made, so people aren't going to buy it as much. And it's going to snowball on itself. And then in 12, 24, 36 months from now, all this stuff's going to spike and we're all going to just sit back and laugh. It's a beautiful thing. How do you all not miss this? It's been years since we've been able to have these opportunities. And that's how life works. When opportunity's in front of you, you don't want it. But when things are impossible and you can't get it because there's not enough supply, everybody wants it. It's a human psyche game. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.